Yes, just got booked through the last one.
Well, y'all did good. I had no idea.
Nobody ever asked me for a That's why.
Yeah,
Is there a banking crisis? My name is Stafford Wilson.
My name is Terry Williams.
My name is Ricky Velasquez.
My name is Kyle Capilon.
All right, our agenda, Silicon Valley Bank files, Credit Suisse, Suisse Bank, mergers, Signature Bank, days after the crash, recession, bailouts, and references.
Silicon Valley Bank was the biggest bank to collapse since the 2008 financial crisis. It needed to raise capital in order to limit its losses. The management team, in a conference call with its investors and shareholders, stated that it needed to raise an additional $2 billion in order to limit its $1.8 billion loss, which at the end of the day, when it collapsed, when it was shut down by the feds, it had a $1.8 billion hole. It failed after a run on deposits, meaning that a lot of the shareholders and customers with the bank were withdrawing its money out of the Silicon Valley Bank. Silicon Valley Bank is more famous for lending out a lot of money, millions of dollars, to startups, which is a very risky business. Credit Suisse, at its all-time high, which was in May of 2007, was the second largest Swiss bank in Switzerland. It has been consistently underperforming ever since then, and has been bad decisions by management ever since then as well. They've also been on the news, scandals after scandals. They have accounts that hold money for human rights abusers, drug cartels, and corrupt politicians. They also received a $54 billion lifeline from the Swiss Central Bank in order for them not to collapse and cause a ripple effect and cause a crisis among the banking sector. UBS, which is its rival and the #1 bank in Switzerland, purchased Credit Suisse for around $3 billion, buying up all of its assets and debts and employees as well.
And Signature Bank's collapse was similar to Silicon Valley's collapse, where they had a big run on deposits, where customers were just withdrawing a bunch of their deposits. So the FDIC closed Signature Bank, and customers are still looking to get some of their money back when the bank closed. And it's raised questions over their policy and the FDIC about getting their money back. So here's a quick timeline of what's happened following the collapse. This is within a span of about 10 days. So first, the FDIC closed Silicon Valley, and 2 days later, they closed Signature Bank. 3 days later, Swiss authorities announced a backstop for Credit Suisse. The next day, Janet Yellen and Jamie Dimon, they drew up plans for a private sector rescue. And then on March 19th, Switzerland's biggest bank agreed to buy Credit Suisse in an emergency rescue deal.
I have a question. Does anybody know if we're in a recession right now? We are, well, technically we are. 2 consecutive negative numbers in GDP means that we're in a recession.
So in short, yes, Goldman Sachs says that in the next 12 months we will be in a recession. We have increased our rate of becoming into a recession by 10 percentage points. It was 25%. Now we're at 35% chance of entering recession within the year. In order to keep from this issue from happening, the country would have to decrease the amount of money that lenders are required to hold in reserves so that we can have a larger cash flow for our economy. How much did the bailout cost? So more than $400 billion has been spent so far in direct support. $140 billion has been split between Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. The Swiss bank has offered $54 billion to Credit Suisse to help with their bailout, and $225 billion have been offered in loans guaranteed by the Swiss state for future protection against potential loss and bank failures.
and 25 seconds.